So I have been using the M1 based MacBook Pro 13 from last few days, and in fact I've already made a video about it and told you that how great it is and how happy I am with my purchase, despite the fact that the newer MacBooks, the MacBook 14, more powerful chipsets M1 Pro and M1 Max were launched, but I still went for the M1 and I'm really happy for two reasons. One is when I connect it with my 4K display and do some resource intensive task, I am able to do that perfectly without any hindrance, without any noise, fan noise. The fan noise annoyed me so much when I was using my Intel based MacBook Pro. It was really annoying, and finally I'm able to work in peace. The M1 based MacBook Pro is letting me do work in quiet, in peace. And the second thing that I love the most about the MacBook Pro, the M1 based MacBook Pro, is the battery, the incredible battery life. Apple claims that it gives 20 hours of battery life when you are watching video, but when you're working and your work revolves around some article writing, casual web browsing, and even video editing, then it will give you some 14 or 15 hours of battery life. In my case, I get around 14-15 hours. Like if you work for 8 hours a day, then you can technically work on your MacBook Pro without connecting it to the charger for 2 days. But with a little trick, I was able to add additional 8 hours of battery life to my MacBook Pro. I mean, I was not worried about getting it discharged, getting it turned off, and I did not have to connect the charger to it thanks to the power bank that I have. It's a 10,000 mAh power bank, and technically any device that has got Type-C and supports charging can be charged using power bank, and I tried that with my previous MacBook Pro. It did charge, but Intel MacBooks were so power hungry, they required a lot of power, that it did not make sense to use a power bank, because whenever I connected my power bank, the battery levels were still dropping. So it stopped for a bit. Like I used to get around 1 hour or 1.5 hours extra when I connected this power bank to my previous Intel Core i5 MacBook Pro. But since the M1 based MacBook Pro are so super optimized, and for the same battery they give you double battery life, they are not consuming a lot of battery, which means if you connect your power bank to the M1 based MacBook Pro, you will be able to get additional hours, despite that it has only an output of 18 watt. My Xiaomi Mi power bank has an output of 18 watts. The charger of the MacBook Pro is 61 watt, and it is definitely not going to charge your laptop, but it stops the battery levels from dropping. Like I was on 5% when I started using it, and I used it for 2 hours and the battery levels were still 5%. It increased 1% more when the laptop was idle. So it is actually charging your laptop also. The power management on the M1 based MacBook Pro is so well optimized that even a power bank with 18 watt of output is able to charge the laptop when it is not in use, and when it is in use, it at least stops the battery levels from going down. So you are actually able to work more hours, and I am able to do that, and I'm really happy that I am getting 24 hours. I can live without the charger. I can take weekend trips, 2 days, 3 days trips without actually having to carry my power brick for the MacBook Pro, which is a great thing. There might be a little concern from some people, like does it affect the battery, because Apple always recommends that you use their own chargers, but we have been charging our devices with power banks from a very long time, and as per my research, the only time battery gets affected or damaged when you use high wattage charger, because it generates some heat, and heat is the enemy of battery. And in this case we are using a slow powered charger, which is not actually affecting the battery, and I'm not recommending you use it every day. It is good to know, it is good information that you can use your power bank to power your laptop and get some extra working hours if you need it, actually need it. So it is not something you will be doing every day, but it is good to know that you will be able to get some extra hours. You can use any power bank that you own right now. It should have at least output of 18 watts. That's what I tested with, and the more it has, the better. Like I would recommend you to go for the new power banks from Xiaomi. It is smaller in size, it still has got 10,000 mAh, and they also have got a higher power output, which is a good thing. So link will be in the description if you want to buy the power bank, or the link to this MacBook, these amazing M1 based MacBook Pros, if you want to buy them online. The link will be in the description of this video. You can also go and read the article that I published on techtipper.com. Link will be in the description. So this is it. I hope you find this video useful. I will see you in the next one. Till then, take care.